What's going on, everybody, man? Welcome to this next episode of the Last Whistle podcast, man. And we are here, hours away from the Super Bowl. This is very exciting. Very exciting, and this is a bittersweet feeling. It's a bittersweet feeling. It's the Super Bowl. It's the game we all wanted to see all season. It's the teams that we all wanted to see all season. The Chiefs and the Eagles. This should be a very good football game, but it is the last game of the NFL season until August. So it's a bittersweet feeling. But we are here to talk about the Super Bowl that we have in the about to present itself in the next coming hours, man. We got the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts and the boys. The most, the best defense in the league, and you got the best quarterback in the game currently. This game is just it's it's going to be a good football game. I think this is going to be a game that a lot of us may not have saw. This may not be the Super Bowl that we saw coming, but this is the Super Bowl that I think that we needed this season. And I'm looking forward to it, man. So before we really before I get into who I think is going to win, and we go through our hat presentation and things like that. Let me make sure I have those hats on standby. Actually, yes, I do. Yes, I do. All right. Before we get into all that, we have to discuss two things right now, and we have to discuss the performance of the two quarterbacks that are going to be participating in the Super Bowl: Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes. Now, Patrick Mahomes has he has a lot riding on this game, and from a career standpoint, in which he could be off to a very much so Brady like start in terms of AFC Championship games, Super Bowl appearances, Super Bowls won within a certain amount of years in a certain time frame. Jalen Hurts also has a lot to prove because, he's proved a lot all season. The doubters said he couldn't throw the ball. He came out there, he's thrown the ball phenomenally all season. And could it be better? Yes, but compared to what it was in year one, very huge improvement. But one thing that both these quarterbacks have in common is kind of been like the headline going around is that what's the performance going to be like? Because Patrick Mahomes, we saw first Super Bowl against the 49ers, two touchdowns, two interceptions, they won. Then we saw them not put up a single touchdown against Tampa Bay when they played in that Super Bowl. I think he had two more picks in that game. And we know the story about Jalen Hurts at Alabama getting benched, going on to Oklahoma and being a Heisman candidate, and going as a second round draft pick. Now we know that these two quarterbacks are different, and we have to accept the fact that they are different. We understand that Patrick Mahomes is going to put up the passing numbers, and we know that Jalen Hurts may not put up the passing numbers. He may have a combination of passing and running yards to impact the football game. But it it almost makes me think: does the performance of the quarterback really matter? And what I mean by that is, for the Eagles, really, they're falling back. The Eagles have the Eagles have the ability to really be able to fall back on the defense, go with the run game, kill clock, and the Chiefs have to be able to stop that versatility that they have in the run game. Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell, Jalen Hurts himself, um, Boston Scott. They're gonna have to be able to figure that out. The versatility that they have running the ball, as well as being able to cover, as AJ Brown said, 1A and 1B himself and Devontae Smith. Will the Chiefs be able to hold up? We saw that the Chiefs pass rush, Chris Jones, what they did against the Chiefs was phenomenal. This is a different O line in Philly. Lane Johnson, Jason Kelsey. That's a nasty offensive line, and it can't just be Chris Jones' responsibility to get to the quarterback when it's time. It's got to be a collective thing. And can those other guys get there? Can George Karlaftis get there? Can Frank Clark get there? You know what I'm saying? It's going to be one of those collective efforts. And the same thing goes for the Chiefs. The Chiefs have a phenomenal offensive line. They were top in pass blocking efficiency. And then we have the Eagles defensive line who had four dudes go for 10 plus sacks this season. So it's one of those games where we're really going to have to see who makes the mistake. And I think this game really comes down to the coaches and the quarterback. Mahomes and Reed, Nick Sirianni, and Jalen Hurts. There are going to be wrinkles in this game. For all you sports bettors out there, if you want to put a little bit on Jalen Hurts possibly getting catching a touchdown, hey, look, you might want to throw it in there. We saw what happened last time Philly was in the Super Bowl, throwing it to Nick Foles with the Philly special. So I'm not a sports gambler, but hey, look, there are going to be some wrinkles in this game. We're going to see some crazy formations. We're going to see some crazy play calls. These two coaches are going to have the utmost faith in their quarterbacks, and there are going to be wrinkles, and there's going to be things that we have not seen before, or that are going to be done completely differently in this football game. I wholeheartedly believe that. Now, in terms of the coaches, Nick Sirianni, I mean, this was a dude that was laughed at when he got the job in Philly. And here he is in the Super Bowl. And then we got Andy Reid, who rightfully so is finally, I think, getting the respect that he deserves as a head coach. I mean, he's hosted 5 straight AFC Championship games with Pat Mahomes. He's got his Super Bowl finally. Adding another one just does so much and puts him. Now you got to start talking about Andy Reid and the Mount Rushmore of these all-time head coaches. You know what I'm saying? He's already the only coach to win 100 games with 2 franchises, Philly and the Chiefs. And we can't forget what he did in Philly with McNabb: 3 straight NFC Championship games and a Super Bowl appearance. You know what I'm saying? So this game is really going to with everybody healthy. And that's one thing that I am very, very excited to see about this Super Bowl more than anything. These two teams are fully healthy. Now, obviously, at this point in the season, nobody is necessarily fully healthy, but nobody is out. Everybody is going to be ready. They're going to be accountable for their performance as long as they're put on a helmet, shoulder pad, and cleats. And they're going to have to be out there, and they're going to have to ball. And we're going to get to see by the end of tonight who deserves to be the champion. I think I hope that the referees don't get involved in this game. I hope that this is not one of those games. I mean, we know that the officiating has been whack really all year, but hopefully the officiating doesn't become too much of an impact on this football game, and we get to really see who deserves to be the real champion. So here we are. I mean, we have the Chiefs and we have the Eagles. What? Where do we go? I mean, do we ride with Jalen Hurts? Do we think Mahomes can? I mean, I just don't know. I think a lot of people forget that the last time we saw Mahomes against a defense that literally had it everywhere. They had the front four, they had linebackers, they had DBs, was in Tampa, and we saw what happened. Who's to say that that's not going to happen again? But at the same time, though, the Eagles are a very young team now offensively. Now they have some veterans, they still have some veterans, but that Super Bowl that they won was long ago. Not too long ago, but long ago. And I just think I just have this feeling that Mahomes and Andy Reid at the end of tonight, I think we're gonna have to start talking dynasty in KC. I think that soon we're going to have to start talking about the foundation. Well, we already know the foundation, but we're gonna have to start talking about the building blocks to a dynasty. I wholeheartedly believe that. And with that being said, I'm riding with Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid. The Kansas City Chiefs will be the winner of tonight's Super Bowl game in Arizona. Patrick Mahomes will be 2 and I believe won in Super Bowls now. Andy Reid will now get due respect, and we will now have to start talking about Andy Reid amongst the all-time great coaches in NFL history. I mean, I'm riding with Kansas City, man. I hope that this is a good game. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of the Last Whistle podcast, man. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys follow the socials down below as well. And yeah, guys, just enjoy tonight's game. After this, we're gonna be dropping straight NBA content. I can't wait to. I know this happened a couple days ago, but I can't wait to talk about LeBron James being the all-time leading scorer. My opinion on that, and the GOAT conversation, as well as the trade deadline. Even though it's gonna be a little while, but we will be here. I'm excited. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Peace.